His Excellency, Mr. Kashev, for his statement. I now give the floor to His Excellency, Mr. Bogdan Aurescu, Minister for Foreign Affairs of Romania.
Mr. President, I commend the Maltese Presidency of the Security Council for organizing this open debate. For a year now, Romania, a direct neighbor to Ukraine, has been at the forefront of helping Ukraine and countering the multifaceted consequences of the atrocious, illegal and unprovoked war waged by the Russian Federation. A permanent member of the Security Council against Ukraine, a sovereign independent country. The impact of this irrational war has reached far and wide. Violations of international humanitarian law and the attacks on critical civilian infrastructure made millions of Ukrainians flee. Grain and energy chains have been disrupted, leading to sharp increase of energy prices and the threat of famine all over the globe, and especially to the most vulnerable in the south. Fear of a nuclear catastrophe daunt us again. Hybrid tactics test or try to intimidate us, putting pressure on Ukraine and its neighbors like the Republic of Moldova, others in the Black Sea region or the wider European continent and the Euro-Atlantic security area as a whole. This war represents a direct attack on the integrity of the rules-based international system, our security, prosperity and core values. But in front of this threat, nothing is clearer than this. We will stand united and strong for as long as it takes. Ukraine will win, and Russia will bear the responsibility for what it has done. Our call is also clear. Russia must abide by the rules of international law. It must unconditionally cease the use of force and withdraw completely and immediately from the territory of Ukraine within its internationally recognized borders. We are here today in the Security Council chamber, the guarantor of international peace and security, to stand by the side of the UN Charter and international law, and reiterate that there is only one way to end this aggression. I welcome the resolution adopted yesterday in the General Assembly by a very large majority of states, which put the principles of the UN Charter above all, including national or regional interests. It is in our power to mitigate the effects of this war on the future. From day on of this war, Romania acted in full solidarity with the brave Ukrainian people. We made considerable investments in food, energy and transportation infrastructure, along with welcoming over 3.6 million Ukrainian refugees that have transited our territory. So far, we have facilitated the delivery of over 13 million tons of Ukrainian grain, contributing to global food security efforts. Romania hopes for a positive outcome in the long run and the continuation of the Black Sea Grain Initiative. Romania has also been a strong supporter of the efforts to seek accountability for all serious crimes committed in Ukraine, including the crime of aggression. We joined the core group of states that works alongside Ukraine to identify the most appropriate legal basis to establish a tribunal to this purpose. The ongoing war in Ukraine has a major impact in the region. We have extended a helping hand to our neighbor, the Republic of Moldova, the country most affected by the war except Ukraine itself. And I must bring to your attention that we are concerned with Russia's latest plans to destabilize the country, which we condemned. In this respect, it is absolutely unacceptable to see threatening rhetoric, like the one included in the statement of the Russian Foreign Ministry of today, by which it announced that the Russian army would, I quote, adequately respond to so-called provocations or attacks against the Russian compatriots and the military personnel and depot from the Transnistrian region of the Republic of Moldova. Such provocative behavior based on nothing, based on ungrounded allegations, is completely unacceptable. And we fully support the sovereignty and territorial integrity of the Republic of Moldova within its internationally recognized borders. As we approach the one-year milestone since the beginning of the war, all of us, including Romania, witnessed the Russian propaganda intensifying, spreading fake narratives in an attempt to undermine the unity of our societies and our efforts to support Ukraine. We must combat these malign influences, as we must continue to stand united to defend our values. The Romanian people must be mindful about the Russian-inspired stories they read and hear, but they shouldn't question our support for Ukraine. Supporting Ukraine means supporting Romania. Mr. President, as said before, this is the test of our generation. We have to work together at all the different layers of this conflict and bring peace back to its deserving place. Our message is straightforward: peace in full respect of the sovereignty and territorial integrity of Ukraine, peace in full respect of the UN Charter and of its fundamental principles of international law. And one political and moral principle is clear: negotiations can start only when Ukraine is ready, and the way victory looks like must be defined by Ukraine. Romania's support for Ukraine remains solid for as long as it takes. Thank you, Mr. President.
I thank His Excellency, Mr. Aurescu, for his statement. And I now give the floor to His Excellency, Mr. Zbigniew Rau, Minister for Foreign Affairs.